Well, hello, dear friends, and happy feast day. Today we celebrate the feast of the birthday of Our Lady, the Nativity of Mary of Nazareth. What a beautiful feast day, endearing feast day. And so oftentimes, honestly, in the hustle and bustle of the fall after a summer hiatus, we can miss this feast day. Kids are back in school, parish programs are starting back up. There's a lot going on. And again, in the hustle and bustle, we can miss it. But I really want to encourage us not to, because this feast day actually has a really important lesson for us in our own discipleship, an important lesson about God's love for us. So we know, of course, the Immaculate Conception. 9 months ago, Our Lady was conceived. Here we are, September 8th, she's born. And of course, we know that in about 14 or 15 years from today's feast, the Archangel Gabriel will appear to Our Lady in the Annunciation. The Son of God will become incarnate in her womb. We know, of course, that she goes in order to assist Elizabeth, her kinswoman. We, of course, know, fast forward, that we will see Our Lady as the Stabat Mater, that standing mother at Calvary in support of her Son. And, of course, we will see Our Lady in the upper room with the apostles, taking on her vocation as mother of the church. We will see her exercise this role throughout the history of the church, especially in certain apparitions, such as in Guadalupe or Fatima. We will see a life completely surrendered and dedicated to Jesus Christ, to the will of God. And that's an important lesson for us. And that lesson can be understood and realized in our own lives because we see God's providence working in her life, in Mary's life. And that's the pressing lesson. That in this one beautiful life, we see the power and the presence of God's divine providence. God is taking care of things. God's preparing, He's fashioning, He's forming, He's consoling, He's healing. He's allowing us to redemptively suffer. We see in the life of Mary, the first Christian disciple, the entire and beautiful display of God's divine providence. And that's why on this feast day, even in the midst of all the hustle and bustle going on in family life, in parish life, in our society, we can just stop and say, wait a minute. Okay, yes, we have to be attentive to responsibilities. Yes, we have to be prudent, but we don't have to let life become a rat race. Because God's providence is in charge. And there's a beautiful plan that we can trust. Mary did that. And even in the midst of great hardship and difficulty, in the midst of tragedy, Our Lady always had the joy of God in her heart. That peace that only comes from above. And that's what God wants us to have. Especially in the hustle and bustle. Especially as we're trying to fulfill our vocations. Especially as we're trying to build His kingdom. God doesn't want it to become a rat race. We can have that peace and rest, working hard, but knowing that God's providence is in charge. And we can trust it, and that it's good. Mary did it, so can we. Happy feast day. God love you.